514, once again, it is Dio Royster from DioRoyster.com. The big NFC East preview, 5-minute podcast for NFC East teams, previewing them all. Started off on Monday with the Washington Redskins and Carl Armstrong. Yesterday, Ryan Schulze came on to rap about the Dallas Cowboys. Today, Mr. Miguel Navarrete comes on to chit-chat about the defending Super Bowl champion New York Giants. He's obviously feeling very good about his team, which is a little bit more than I can say about mine, seeing as how his team has 2 Super Bowls in the last 5 years. You greedy bastard. But anyway, without further ado, Miguel, how you doing?
What's up, Adia? How's it going?
I'm doing all right. You're probably doing better than I am, seeing as how your team's defending Super Bowl champs, but whatever.
Yeah, it's been a pretty good season.
I don't know if you checked the Vegas odds for your team or any team for that matter. For Super Bowl odds, the Giants are 20-1. My Eagles are 10-1 to win the division. Eagles are 6-4 to win the division, and the Giants are 2-1. So everybody's favoring my Eagles for whatever reason. Can you explain why the Giants are so overlooked, even in their own division?
Yeah, I think the big thing with the Giants is there's no real, sexy names, if you want to call that, on their team. They rely a lot on teamwork and everyone pitching in. You look at someone like the Eagles and you have names like Mike Vick, Deshaun Jackson, Savin. They all pop up. They're all names everyone recognizes. While the Giants do have some good players, there's no one that stands out like that physically on their team. They just go to business, go to work, and get it done.
After last year, I know where I put Eli Manning in terms of ranking the quarterbacks. There's Brady, there's Rodgers, and I have Eli kind of nestled right there at number 3. Is that fair, or do you feel he should be higher or lower or something like that?
I think about right there's actually really a good place, about 3 or 4. The only other person I could throw in there right now is Drew Brees, just because it's really amazing what he can do with his offense. But you look at what Eli Manning's been able to do, especially the last 2 years. He's taken a lot of no names and made them into names. Nobody knew about Victor Cruz. I mean, he's a great player, don't get me wrong, but he needed Eli Manning to throw him the ball. Jake Ballard, nobody knew who Jake Ballard was. He was 5th or 6th round draft out of Ohio State. And what happened to him last year? The guy blew up, and the Patriots picked him up off waivers, even though he has a torn ACL. I mean, Manning makes things happen. He makes the people around him better.
What are you expecting from Victor Cruz year 2?
I don't know. I don't think he's going to have as a productive season in terms of yardage and statistics, but he's going to be very productive in taking coverage away from some of the other targets. So he's going to be drawing a lot of attention, which is going to be great, and I still expect him to make big plays. Statistically, I don't think he's going to be as big as last year. He's going to be doing an excellent job of drawing the coverage away from Nix and Dominic Hickson and Bear Pasco, the tight end. So
Brandon Jacobs, now in San Francisco. Since 2008, Brandon Jacobs has scored 40 rushing touchdowns. Of all of them, only 6 went for 10 yards or more. How big of a loss is that for this season, losing Brandon Jacobs, somebody that's that reliable, that close to the end zone, a big 280-pound dude that just burrows through people?
It's definitely hard to replace someone like that. More than anything, I would think in the locker room. Brandon Jacobs has always been the heart and soul, and, I mean, you've listened to him talk, and the sound bites he gets the people fired up.
I have.
Very interesting guy. But as far as production, I mean, I think they'll be able to replace him. One of the things about Brandon Jacobs, yeah, he was big, but because of that, he was like a big target. And one of the knocks towards the end of his career with the Giants was that because he's a big target, it's easy to find him. It's easy for him to go down. It's hard for him to squeeze through the small holes and openings. So as far as actual production, yeah, it's going to hurt, but I don't think it's going to be as bad as some people might think.
How do you feel about your defense this year?
Well, I mean, the biggest thing is we have the front 4, more than anything, are coming back. I mean, it's going to hurt to have Chris Kansky on the PUP list right now, but I feel like we have some pretty good backups at defensive tackle to fill in. But, I mean, it all starts and ends with that line. They can cause trouble just those 4 alone. There's no need for blitzes. We can drop people back. we can man up across the board and trust the front four to always get to the quarterback and pressure him and force him to make mistakes.
This is it's an embarrassment of riches what you have on that defensive line. And I've seen times where, like, third down, obvious passing situations, I've seen the following front four: Pierre-Paul, O.C., Canty, and Justin Tuck. If I'm an offensive lineman and I see, like, that foursome lining up, I'm literally shitting my pants.
It's scary, man. And you even forgot to mention they still have Mateus Kiwanuka.
And they have Kiwanuka.
Linebacker or in the defensive tackle or as a defensive end. So you don't know where they're coming from.
All right, last thing. Giants, over under Vegas odds, 9.5 total wins. You going over, under 9.5?
I'm going over.
So am I.
Mean, they got 9 wins while underachieving last year. So I see them, they've improved on the offensive line. They got a new running back. With their passing attack, people will be gearing up to stop the pass. I see them building their run attack again, being a little bit more balanced, and that's just going to lead to more wins. I say 11's a good one to go with.
All right, Miguel, appreciate the time, and worst of luck to your Giants.
Thank you. Right back at you.
All right, we'll talk soon.
All right, sounds good.
All right, Miguel.